About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited.
I know from our side of the pond that so many young people we work with have not only the energy, but the creative thinking to make it happen. And the first thing is connections and collaboration. I mean, it's very obvious, but one of the things those saplings would benefit from greatly would be having connections and collaborations. And I suppose we look at the backdrop of the work that we've done over the last decade or so, and it is really run through connections and collaboration. I sort of identified that the Sustainable Development Goals are a big part of all the United Nations, all the UN countries. And actually, it's a very good example of a network that's working. But Neha reminded me it's not just a network, it's actually a framework that enables a lot of this ecosystem to grow.
Always an expectation that it will happen very easily. You put a people in a room and then you say, okay, hang on, now you're a network. Never happens. People will walk out and nothing will emerge out of that. So to do it in the right way, to put the framework right, and then to build towards that, build agreement using consensus, you will find that efficiency might be lower, but inclusion and bringing people together will be the value which will help that get off on the right start, and then efficiency will pick up.
The strong networks which were sustained, it's networks where I know I'm putting something and I'm getting something out. And I'm almost hoping that when we create an ecosystem in our space, we could almost create an environment where what I have matters as much as what you have matters. And to sustain networks, it's important to realize the worth of both. And how do we create a strong network, a strong global network which benefits from each other? So, and I'm sure it's happening in the corporate space as well.
But people are often undercapacitated to deliver value in that space. It could be related to the failure of education systems. It might be related to the isolated environments that people come from. But when you combine the energy of youth and you combine that to these rich creative ideas, and then you add to it the capacity to grow these initiatives and deliver them to the world, suddenly magic happens. If we're going to grow this ecosystem, it's a partnership with education. So, asking the question from a South African education perspective, in our curriculum, where is the social innovation? Where does it start? Is it a preschool thing? Is it a primary school thing? At our tertiary institutions now, I spend some time in tertiary institutions training those that are about to move into a master's space with creative thinking skills. Now, surely that should have happened when you were at primary school. Surely creative thinking should be part of our curriculum.
I think all of us really are experimenting and are hoping with that hypothesis that it will work out. If we do not create that space where we can acknowledge that we might have screwed up and share that with others so that others don't, we're going to have a problem.
And ultimately, if we do the ecosystem the right way, we could reap the benefits. And we're really on a tipping point at the moment because there are so many amazing young people working on this edge. So I hope you guys can co-create and co-contribute. And thank you so much for your time.
Somehow we get missed out. I'm done living life with the lights out, died with my own doubts. Be free.
Where our world dance speak a lot more than our world says, where poetry is a celebration of the work that we have already done and not talk shops of what we are yet to do and never actually do. I have an African dream and my dream depends on you.
Most of the time always argue about passion and development. So I think most of the time it's passion that drives what we're doing, and then now also we need to drive development and economic participation within what we're doing as well.
Passion and profession go together. Is that possible?
Passion gives you fulfillment, it brings life, and it keeps pushing, it drives you, but we still have bills to pay. Our brothers and sisters do not eat passion. So we have to find ways to make money, or at least to transition our passion into our profession.
And sometimes the passion starts to ebb, or you start to park that passion and say, let me put it in a box for now. I'll get back to it a little later when I have the energy, when I have the support, when I have the money, when I have the time. But if the game starts playing you, that box is just going to have another box on top of it, then another, and it's going to get shoved in the garage if you have one. If not, then under the ground, and things are going to start growing on top of it, and it's gone. And in this room, there is a community. There's a diverse set of stakeholders. There are also multiple activators. How you will engage with each other and how you will stand up with each other as you go through your ups and downs is going to make sure whether you're going to be able to survive this game that is life in a sense. That they are more informed, where they are more sensitive to the number of subjective truths, and they're able to engage with those and bring them up and recognize that in every group that we are part of, even in the Activate group, there are multiple viewing points and there are multiple subjective truths.
Them to download what we call a work asset, which tracks all the volunteering that they have done, and then also have with a list of references that can verify it's actually done the activity. So by the time they go and apply for a job, they can be like, well, I haven't been working for the last year, but this is the places that I volunteered, these are the things that I learned, and these are all the people that can verify that I've been doing that. So I'm not just sitting at home sending emails. You know, I'm actively trying to find work. So that was like the bullets that were flying at me. Yeah? So in our communities right now, there are bullets flying around every day. But do you believe you can be the one to stop the bullets by changing the minds of the ones pulling the triggers? Because I believe that's what we're trying to do as activators, as social entrepreneurs. If we don't do that, then nothing will change.
You've identified issues and challenges that you are trying to solve. Some of them relate to you earning an income, which is important. But a lot of them are challenges that you've identified in your communities that you are attempting to address and overcome. And that makes you social innovators. You are social innovators. Whether you're coming up with a new idea or not, or you're trying to get an old idea to work, all of that counts as a social innovator.
Because you have to go through the whole chain of command, and the person doesn't understand your passion because you have to explain your entire passion in like an email, you know, and that's not really doing anything justice. So that is very frustrating.
Being around all the time, get there, find speaking opportunities, write to people and say, listen, I want to be on that panel, can you include me there?
Years. I'm not 49, I just want to say. But I just want to say, if you like, accelerate your process of learning and understanding. It's profit with purpose that you need to understand. That is not your target market. Social entrepreneurship doesn't mean you don't offer value.
So what behavior do you put towards your values? And you have to define that. When we say family, family is my value. When I sit around the dinner table with my family, we don't have cell phones on the table. We leave the cell phones away. That's a behavior that you can measure. That's a behavior that you can actually observe.
What we need to do is we need to start looking at problems and saying, what can I do to create better access? What can I do to create better economic agency and to give dignity to a face? What we need to think about is, what are the services that a person can get of good quality that's affordable?
Hi everyone, my name is Smiso Manata, a 2012 activator. We're probably one of the first few ones. I come from Johannesburg, Orange Farm, and wow, social innovation. It's an interesting concept, and what it means to me is that finding solutions as an entrepreneur that both help the community and also make you some kitchen. You know, so definitely is finding solutions that help the community. In that process, making you money so you are able to also help yourself. So that's what is social innovation for me. This is Blender Vendor, which is a combination of a bike and a smoothie. So if you like cycling, the idea came about because we like cycling and we are cyclists. We wanted to combine cycling and healthy living. So in this first, we came up with Blender Vendor, as you can see, which right here, it is the smoothie. Right here, it is the smoothie and the bike. So it's pedal powered. So as you cycle, it turns down the wheel, that then turns the smoothie, then creates that smoothie. Fresh smoothies every day, so it's literally food for your labor.
So yeah, my name is Sigelela Dijela. Yeah, the owner and founder of Sigil's Coffee Cafe. This is a coffee shop in a garage. At night, we move everything here inside this garage and park my mom's car inside it. So yeah, and I got to open it in 2016, 16th of May. But after working in hospitality for about 8 years, working for a company called Vidai Cafe. Vidai Cafe is more like a South African startup, if you can call it like that. After dropping out in high school at grade 9, I needed to do some work, and then I went to Vida, and then I was employed as a dishwasher. And from there, I worked my way up to become a young store manager for them. And then from there, they were opening stores in London. They needed about 5 guys to go and work for them in London. I was selected to be amongst the 5 guys that were going to open stores in London. Stayed there for 2 years. First shop was in Regent Street. Worked in Selfridges, in Oxford, in Soho, Collins Square, New West Fillmore. So within that 2 years of me working in London, I saw the coffee culture, how huge it was in London or in Europe. where you'll find about 10 coffee shops in one street, Starbucks, Cafe Nero, Costa, all those big brands, you know. And knowing that I was gonna come back in South Africa, being a dropout, not wanting to go back to school, still want to continue with the coffee culture, coffee conversation. So I look at Kailicha and then I was like, I want to bring coffee to Kailicha, you know. After having a couple of conversations with the owners, and then they were like, no, they're not looking into this market. And then I was like, okay, how about I take this coffee culture into the market of Kailicha? 2.4 million people that are living here, and yet we have about maybe 2 to 3 coffee shops. But I would say I'm the best. You know, so
It's great.
Thank you.
Hope that we can spend more time here.
Sure.
And you, yeah. Thank you. But thanks for the great coffee.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
What's up, Bella?
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights. I'm done with my own doubts.
She's like, I don't know, I'm directing your beer.
Hello, good people. Welcome to Forum. This is Mexido here. This is a Forum de Culture where we do township cuisine. We're talking about umngqusho. These are the type of the food that we grew up having as our everyday staples. But now we're here at Forum. We're taking that to another level. We're elevating the style of. You'll find isonga samanzi, which is cooked here at home, kneaded here at home with some sesame seeds on top. This is what we do. We're here to feed you. We're here to make sure that you enjoy the township experience of Forum de Culture.